Simho
Ahe Nishinho Hiraye Nishinho
Bhaye Nasimho Hiraye Nasimho
Nashiyamadim Sharanam Prakaye
Nashimaradehim Sharanam Prapade
Tavakara Kamala Varenaka Abhuta Sringa Dalita Hirana Kasipu Tanu Bringha Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Tavakara Kavala Varenakam Abhuta Singam Dalita Irana Kashipu Tanovingam Keshadarita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare
Jaya Narasimhare 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 Jaya Narasimhare
Jaya Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev
Jaya Narahari 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 Jaya Narahari
Jaya Narahari 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 Jaya Narahari
Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Bhakta Prahlad Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad
Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Bhakta Prahlad Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad
Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Shri Nrsimha Bhagavan ki Jai
Jai
Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Nitai Gorai Pramanande Hari Hari Bol
Haribo, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Putri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namo Namaste Sankara Guru Vishnu Namo Shri Shunyavadi Pistestine.
Welcome everybody to the evening stream. Who's here? One secret here.
Jaya Radha Madhava
Alina, nice to meet you.
I think is it?
No. The mic is long enough.
Am I too close for comfort?
Huh?
Am I too close for comfort? I smell a little bit. I'll be back.
Because I have to put the text in between us.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Into that extension. Okay. Jaya Radha Madhavaha Kunjabihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari
Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana
Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana
Yamunatira Vanachari
Yamunatira Vanachari
Jaya Radha Madhavaha Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Gopi Janavalava Girivaradari
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana
Yamunatira Vanachari
Yamunatira Vanachare
Jaya Radha Madhavaha Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai
Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Pariraj Aswasata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Pariraj Aswasata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Ananta Kosha Vaishnava Vrinda ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai Prem Shikha Shri Namacharya Shri Hadas Thakur ki Jai Prem Shikha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Jam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Shri Mayapur Dham ki Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai Bhakti Devi ki Jai Tosi Devi ki Jai Briha Midanga ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Pramanandi, Hari Hari Bo. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhusade Shamate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishesha Shunyadvadi Prastheti Visitarane Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Oh, Ribol, Prabhu. If you could make sure it's straight. Yeah, there is the green thing with the bubble there inside. On the other side. On the other side. And you can adjust it by the circle, you have to let it loose first. The white?
Oh,
Yeah. Just make sure it's in the center. Yotsamanamavikshaham Ya itetra samagatam
Ya ite asakrita
Dharashtrasya rabudher
Darashtra Dubudhe
Yudhe priya chikit savam
Yude Priya Chikir Sarvaha
Yot samanam
Yod Samanan
Hey. Those who will be fighting.
Those who will be fighting.
Let me see.
Let me see.
Aham.
Aham, I,
Ye.
ye, who,
Ete.
ite, those,
Atra.
atra, the here,
Samagata.
samagataha,
Assembled.
assembled,
Taharma.
dharma,
Taha.
Taha, taharasya, rasya,
The son of Dhritarashtra.
the son of Dhritarashtra,
Durabudhe.
Durabudhe,
Evil-minded.
evil-minded,
Yudhe.
Yudhe, in the fight,
Priya.
Priya,
Well.
well,
Chikitsava.
Chikir Savaha,
Wishing.
wishing.
Translation. Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to satisfy the senses of the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra, before by divine grace.
Jai.
It was an open secret that Duryodhana wanted to usurp the kingdom of the Pandavas by evil plans, in collaboration with his father Dhritarashtra. Therefore, all persons who had joined the side of Duryodhana must have been birds of the same feather. Arjun wanted to see them in the battlefield before the fight was begun, just to learn who they were, but he had no intention of proposing peace negotiations with them. It was also a fact that he wanted to see them to make an estimate of the strength which he had to face, although he was quite confident of victory because Krishna was sitting by his side. Om Agyantaranandasyam Gyana Sharasarakaya Chakshurnamanita Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. You were born in darkness of ignorance and spiritual masters by grace. Ace Bhaktivedanta Sai Prabhupada kindly open the darkened eyes to the first light of knowledge. Offer my humble base to spiritual speech.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
So Prabhupada, he often says in regards to this verse that although we depend on Krishna, and devotee is on the transcendental platform, when a devotee acts in the material world, he has to take precaution, meaning that he has to make a judgment of the positive, of the good and the bad, of the dark side. So, although said here in the end, although he was quite confident of the victory, because Krishna was on his side, still he wanted to make an estimate of the strength. The devotee is not a blind believer. But yes, Krishna is going to take charge and protect. But how Krishna protects too? He gives us the brains, the intelligence, as Krishna says. From me comes remembrance and knowledge. So Krishna's protection is too by him giving us the brains to deal with the situation, not just some wild miracles. Krishna is ready to do miracles at the moment, but he first of all wants to see how we utilize what he already gives us, the brains. So Arjuna shows example how he faces the obstacles by first of all estimating the strength of the enemy, not just jumping into the battlefield, thinking Krishna is going to protect him, that he's not prepared. No, he's preparing himself, and he looks at the worst scenario, what might happen. So we should too, because we should understand we in the material world, 99.9999999% of the people are sinful, are rascals that came here to imitate Krishna. So we should understand that as soon as we propose for God consciousness, there are going to be obstacles. And people who will protest and will try to cause harm or cause harm. So we should look at the dark side. And the dark side here is that even the own family, the cousins of the Pandavas, the Dhritarashtra, or Duryodhana, the son of Dhritarashtra, little Kui, who was Dhritarashtra?
Dhritarashtra is the blind. Oh.
Yeah, he was blind, but like a family who compared to in relation to the Pandavas.
He's a once removed father or grandfather or something like that. Is he uncle?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's the uncle of the Pandavas, who was given the kingdom in the meantime from Pandu, his brother. So he takes charge of the kingdom in the meantime while the Pandavas are too young to occupy the post. And his sons, they became very envious. How Prabhupada defines envy.
Trying to take something away from someone that they already have.
Something belongs to you by right. You have the right to utilize that.
Okay.
And I deny that right from you. So the Pandavas, they were the rightful owners of the kingdom. And they didn't even want the whole kingdom. They just asked 5 villages to roll over, because the Kshatriya, you cannot work for someone, you cannot beg, you cannot have a business even. His occupation is lording it over, the citizens. Politics, war, fighting. They would be given free land, free of charge. But when the time comes to protect that land, they leave everything, their wife, their family, their palace, and they go in the fight. And if they don't win, they die on the battlefield.
Duty bound.
Yeah. So it's a very nice arrangement, because if it makes complete sense, because if the land belongs to you, you feel attachment, and that attachment gives you strength to go and fight. And they don't accept a defeat, because if they lose, they're going to lose the kingdom, they're going to lose the property. So that's a very nice arrangement in the Vedic culture. And the Pandavas, they asked 5 villages like that to go over. But even that, Dhritarashtra, what he said is that I'm not ready to spare even the tip of the needle. Tip of the needle to these Pandavas. And Duryodhana, he was like Prabhupada said, by some evil plans, he tried to, even before the war, he tried to set their castle. He gave them a castle. You heard about it?
No, actually, I didn't hear about the castle deal.
So he gave them, before they went to exile or after, I don't remember, he gave them a palace. He wanted to give them a palace. So he gave them the palace. And then Vidura, just before they went to the palace, he told them, this palace is made out of, it's like sort of, Prabhupada is sort of a plastic.
Oh.
It looks like real stone and everything, but it's actually plastic.
Wow.
And as soon as they would go in, it will burn.
That was a trap.
Fire. It was a trap.
Oh, wow.
And then he sent some demons, and by all kind of means he tried to kill them basically. A poisonous cake.
Yeah. Wow. I was going to ask, what's the evil?
That's actually, according to Manu Samhita, someone who sets fire in one's house, someone who occupies one's property illegally, someone who steals one's wife, someone who, you remember these?
The 6 kinds of aggravators? Aggressors. Yes.
Someone
Poison weapons.
Reaches, gives poison, and the last attacks with deadly weapons.
Okay.
He can be killed. So the Kurus, they everything that they could have done to do that, to be as aggressors, they committed. And the Pandavas still, they're very forgiving. But here Prabhupada already says that
No peace negotiation.
He didn't want any peace negotiation. Arjuna, he wanted to leave the battlefield, but he knew the war has to be, and it has to start.
So that's what it means by, like, it was a righteous battle because they were offenders, according to Manu Samhita. And it's like that thing in Manu Samhita where if you, a murderer has to be hanged.
Not exactly because of Manu Samhita. Krishna can too, he can change. The Manu Samhita. But it's because of Krishna.
Krishna wants it.
We have to separate the petty from the strong.
And they offended the pure devotee.
That was the trigger to the battle. They offended Draupadi.
So you mentioned, I think it's a very nice example of the battlefield that devotees. It's not just that we don't have Krishna yet, but we're with Krishna through chanting, and we have the Supreme Personality of Godhead on our side. It's very nice, but still we're in a material body. We have to be very careful. But it's mentioned that no, we have to fight with this material world. It says there's no intention of proposing peace negotiations with them. So how does a devotee act in the material world without making peace negotiations? What does that mean?
This is particularly to the argument.
Okay.
I don't know if you can. That would be a bit
too much of a stretch.
How do we negotiate with the material? We look at the dark side, and that's not the explain. There was the fact that you wanted to we should make estimate of the strength of the enemy.
Okay.
There is another interesting passage in the Bhagavad Prabhupada speaks about it.
Yeah, that's more my question is how to see the dark side.
Gajendra, sorry. You know Gajendra?
No.
King of the elephant. So he was fighting the alligator. He went to the forest, to one of the heavenly planets, and there was a nice forest and a lake there with all these she-elephants, and he was enjoying them and the river, but he didn't know that in that lake, the king of the alligators, some big alligator, powerful alligator was there. And he stepped on him, so the alligator, he took offense and he started biting his leg.
Oh yes.
And they started fighting for a long time. And slowly, although the Prabhupada explains that the alligator was much stronger the elephant was much stronger from the alligator, but because the alligator was a water animal and he was in his natural habitat, the elephant, the king of the elephant, Gajendra, was slowly losing. He was diminishing in his power. Then he prayed to Krishna, because that was Indradyumna actually who constructed the Jagannath temple and things like that. So it's not an ordinary, it's a devotee actually. He gained his memory from his previous life, and he offered, there's this beautiful picture, maybe I can find it and share it. He offered a lotus flower from the water, he offered it to Vishnu.
Wow.
And he prayed to Vishnu, please save me from this problem.
Wow.
And Vishnu right away, he came, and he liberated Gajendra, and the alligator was liberated.
Wow.
Because he was touching the feet of the devotee while he was being liberated. It's a very beautiful pastime. It's in the which canton? Or something. There's just few chapters, but there is a nice quote from there. The Prabhupada explains that we should choose our obstacles, our battles wisely. Consider how powerful Maya is, and not just jump into something you cannot handle. Choose your battles. Therefore, because being pulled in the water and fighting for many years, the elephants. Maybe I'll share first the picture.
Yeah.
Muslim gentleman who gave me the Arabic books in Israel. He gave me a postcard with this image.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Okay.
Put it on the live stream too.
Good. Oh, here it is. Who read the story of Gajendra? Gajendra.
Oh wow.
The elegant is down beneath. They were fighting for many years like that. In the heavenly, one of the heavenly planets, and there, the she-elephants, his family, watching him. And in the last point, when he was about to be defeated, Krishna came to rescue him.
He fought all the way up until that point.
Yeah, and then the memory came. So it's a beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful. And this passage, it's about this, how to choose balance. Therefore, because of being pulled into the water and fighting for many long years, the elephant became diminished in his mental, physical, and sensual strength. The crocodile, on the contrary, being an animal of the water, increased in enthusiasm, physical strength, and sensual power, supported by Srila Prabhupada. In the fighting between the elephant and the crocodile, the difference was that although the elephant was extremely powerful, he was in a foreign place, in the water. During 1,000 years of fighting, he could not get any food. Under the circumstances, his bodily strength diminished. And because his bodily strength diminished, his mind also became weak, and his senses less powerful. The crocodile, however, being an animal of the water, had no difficulties. He was getting food and was therefore getting mental strength and sensual encouragement. Thus, while the elephant became reduced in strength, the crocodile became more and more powerful. Now, from this, we can take the lesson that in our fight with Maya, we should not be in a position which our strength, enthusiasm, and senses will be unable to fight vigorously. Our Krishna consciousness movement has actually declared war against the illusionary energy in which all the living entities are rotting in the false understanding of civilization. The soldiers in the Krishna consciousness movement must always possess physical strength, enthusiasm, and sensual power to keep themselves fit. They must therefore place themselves in a normal condition of life. In other words, don't try to be a hero. you lose all the strength, enthusiasm, how are you going to preach? How are you going to elevate others? If people see you weak, it will be very difficult for them to have any courage and so on.
What do you mean by try to be a hero? Like put yourself in a circumstance that's just not very favorable for the sake of fame and gain. So we should try and fight Maya in a temple also.
On favorable grounds. Yes. But temple too, like I read this, there's another quote, like that if people are not favorable, or they're obstructing the preaching, they constantly, there's no need to go there. I spoke about this with Gargamuni too. I was telling him I want to go to the West Bank, that temple. And he said, no, Prabhupada doesn't want miters. You go where the circumstances are favorable. So there is a quote about this too.
Otherwise it's potentially wasting time even.
Yeah, that's the result if you lose your life.
Yeah, big waste.
For some phantasmagoria.
Martyr is M-A-R-T-Y-R.
Favorable. How do you spell favorable?
F-A-V-O. F-A-V-O.
The candidates for conversion. The candidates for conversion are too disturbing. A preacher may not attempt to spread Krishna consciousness amongst them. It is better to go where the situation is more favorable. This Krishna consciousness movement was first attempted in India, but the people of India, being absorbed in political thoughts, did not take to it. They were entranced by the political leaders. We prefer, therefore, to come to the West, following the order of our spiritual master, and by the grace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this movement becoming successful. We should, this is in regards to preaching. So of course there is a balance, because Prabhupada says, leader is a pioneer in taking risks. We should attempt, like how the movement is going to spread in every town and village if we just go where it's favorable. But we should use some common sense and not be suicidal.
If we spread it with discretion to the places that are favorable, then the unfavorable places will become more favorable.
Yeah, what is favorable? People who are favorable, they're people who respect, to a certain extent, the Krishna consciousness movement. Respect you. If you go somewhere and they don't respect you, they treat you like some crazy person or whatever. It's very hard to preach. Useless.
But the more famous the movement becomes, more respected, well known it becomes, and we see the effectiveness, the easier it is to spread. Like back in the 70s, 60s and 70s, when it was really big, really prime, it was spreading very quickly because everyone knew about it and people were joining it. That's the influence of Prabhupada also, but it's just, they made the circumstances. Yes.
But still, there are places that could not preach. Prabhupada sent them to
South Africa.
Pakistan, when there was war there. Prabhupada told them to come back. Actually, he told them before they went, but the delay in the mail.
Wow.
You have to strike the balance. It's also very internal. Maya is actually not outside, Maya is inside. So you have to see your own, if you know you have some difficulty in executing devotional service, you should not supposedly, go there and fall down.
You yourself have to have the strength, the enthusiasm.
See Maya. Maya is inside, Maya is not outside.
Wow.
I suppose it's still working. Bhagavad Gita.
Jai.